It's Rob!
Tony!
We're in gaming!
And that's you!
Hello inmates and welcome back to the Inn. I'm Rob, of course, or Warshak if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we are rank 1, so we're going to be playing some of our favorite deck, Control Warrior, at least my favorite deck, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the ride too. There's been a lot of aggro and zoo on ladder lately, so that's why we're switching from Cthulhu to Control, because Control has a little bit better matchup in my opinion versus some of those faster, more board-centric decks, like Zoo. So hopefully we'll get pretty lucky there. It doesn't look like we are, though. Shaman is our first matchup, and it is not one of the best matchups for the Warrior, in my opinion. Mid-range, Control Warrior is very weak versus mid-range Shaman. I'm just going to keep the Brawl here, one of which, if he decides he wants to overextend prior to turn 5, we have that out, and if he doesn't, we have the War Axe. Or maybe he's just playing some like gimmick deck and we'll be able to get an easy win. Who knows? So it looks like he's playing aggro Shaman. So we're going to go ahead and definitely probably coin into the War Axe here. I really don't find a reason not to. Him playing the Abuses on turn 1 shows he doesn't have Tunnel Trog or any solid card. That was his only option, so that's actually pretty good for us. Into a Totem. That's pretty weak. I don't think we're going to attack this Totem. I think we're just going to armor up and end. We want to save the War Axe in case he draws Totem Golem, so we can attack it and then play the Ravaging, and the Ravaging will actually finish off the Totem Golem. So there's a Totemic. I'm glad that did not summon a Totem Golem. That would have been pretty disappointing. This one's kind of difficult. I think I'm going to go with the killing the 3-2. And then I like using the shield block. I don't really like using any other card at the moment because it doesn't actually do anything. We could have just armored up and end turn there and then hope for a better brawl. But if we don't kill that with our War Axe, he's going to wonder why. And the only reason why is the fact that we'd probably have War Axe or a brawl in our hand. So I really don't want to like give him the hint there that we have the ability to kill his shit. So we're just going to do the Ravaging Ghoul to knock off the Divine Shield. It also still looks like we're playing as if this guy, if we don't have Brawl. So if he like summons 2 more creature like a Totem Feral Spirit or a Doomhammer is Doomhammer is good too. But we do run Harrison Jones. So if we can draw into that, that'll be pretty key. Taskmaster's pretty solid here, so we can go ahead and kill his card and then go ahead and just keep armoring up. He played Doomhammer when we still have 30 life, so we're not really worried about Doomhammer dealing too much damage currently, based on what he's played and the amount of health we're at. If he decides he wants to Feral Spirits here, we're definitely going to go ahead and brawl this out, just to hopefully clear up the field the best we can, and maybe a Totem will live. The only card we don't want to live is Tunnel Trog. And normally, brawling out this board really isn't that great, but the fact that he does have 5 creatures and most of them are heavy hitters, well, that actually makes me want to Bloodhoof Brave, but because we have 2 brawls, I want to use 1, and then he pretty much won't play around the second one for the remainder of the game. This is perfect. The Totem lived, Tunnel Trog died. Next turn we can go ahead and like Brave into the passive, and then the following turn True Heart into Armor Up, or we could go True Heart, not Armor Up, and then Fire Lord, and for the remainder of the game go ahead and just keep... Actually, no, we can't Fire Lord this turn. If we go ahead and play the True Heart, he's going to be able to kill it off with what he currently has on the board. The Brave is decent, puts up a pretty good wall. The problem is these have 3... I like just going with the True Heart and having the ability to start using 4 armor a turn. I don't see him pumping out 24 damage when he only has 9 currently. Abusive allows him to make the trade here, but that's really not that big of a deal. If he even gets me down to 12 here, if he decides he wants to maybe Rock Biter, we can Revenge and kill everything. But it looks like he's playing a little safer route. Okay, so Brawl looks like a pretty good card. Revenge also, however, looks like a pretty good card. So I think I'm just going to slam this, see what we draw. Ravaging Ghoul, wow. So we can actually Revenge and Ravaging Ghoul and kill off the remainder of what he has. Well, besides the Feral Spirits. Or the 1 Feral Spirit. And this is what I mean with the Control Warrior. Like, aggro-based decks like this, it just does really well, in my opinion. As long as we draw the... Does he just double Rock Biter and win? Okay, he scared me. Whew! Oh my god. He could have double Lava Burst, right? Is that game? Please don't tell me he just won. Yep, he just won. I was just talking about how we were doing alright, and then he just goes and does that. He needed to roll the spell power, though. That was very important. So, theoretically, what could we have done different? We cleared his board. I mean, we didn't armor up because we were sitting at 20 armor. But there's the shaman for you. Jesus Christ. That hurts me. Like, that actually kind of hurts me. Like, if I wasn't already drinking an Angry Orchard, I think I would have got real. Look, I am really mad, but I'm not showing it because we have a beer, so it's okay. But hopefully I just don't want to go back to rank 2, right? Because we've been to rank 2 earlier today, and I had to grind my way all the way back to rank 1. So, Shaman into the Hunter. Hunter, I do not like playing Hunter with the Warrior. I mean, I've done fairly well against them in the past, but it's not one of the matchups I enjoy. We're not going to keep anything in the opening hand. We need the War Axe, Slams, Bashes. Not really this hand. The Brawl's okay, but just not this early, right? We definitely need War Axe against the Hunter. If the Hunter opens up with a coin 2-drop, we need War Axe or we lose. Or Fiery Bat. If he has Fiery Bat, then we want to draw into Taskmaster. There's Ravaging Ghoul, so it's okay. So turn 3 is Alkalite, turn 4 is Ravaging to draw 1, and then hopefully attack something and kill it, draw another card, and then turn 5 Elise. Huge Toad. That does not make me want to play the Alkalite of Pain. But I don't think we have a... If we go ahead and play the Alkalite of Pain, right, he swings the Toad into it. It draws 1 card, brings the Toad down to 1, and then we can Ravaging Ghoul. Or we can just armor up, play the Bloodhoof next turn, but then the Bloodhoof dies to a weapon. It dies to a deadly shot. So I think we're going to go with the Alkalite. I don't really see long-term value coming out of him. Like, getting at least 1 card is okay because it sets us up for a Ravaging Ghoul, right? It also buys us 3 damage. Huffer is a good card to get. Alright. So we'll still stick with the Ravaging Ghoul plan. And the reason being is it contests the Huffer. He needs a Quick Shot, an Eagle Horn Bow. Houndmaster doesn't necessarily stop what the Ghoul can do. I like using Brave, but the problem is if he runs Kodo, this is the perfect turn for him to Kodo and kill Brave. So necessarily, I kind of like when we Brave, I want to be able to Taskmaster it or combo it with a Ravaging Ghoul. So I guess we just Elise and then we kill the Huffer. And the reason being, again, we're releasing is because I don't want to Brave and him play Kodo and just kill it. Like, that's just awful. That's like the worst feeling ever. So we want to actually deal some damage to the Kodo when we play it. And this Elise contests the Houndmaster. We do take 4 damage if he decides to go face, but it'll still live with 1 HP. Man, that last Shaman game, I really thought we had it, guys. I thought we were doing pretty well. So the Deadly Shot onto the 3-5, not too shabby. We don't have really a great way to deal with this Houndmaster. I don't want to use the Shield Slam. Harrison Jones onto the weapon is definitely going to happen as long as he doesn't... Alright, so he was a little bit greedy there and he decided he didn't want to attack, so we'll go ahead and Harrison that off. And draw 2 more cards, which is pretty fantastic. The problem is we're getting down to that low HP, and if he decides he wants to drop a Savannah Highmane, we're definitely in a tidbit of trouble because we don't have the best way to get rid of a Highmane currently. Even, I mean, I guess we could shield block, slam it, but then we only have 4 mana, and then we could slam one of the little dudes. Or we could just drop the True Heart. He hits me for, and then I'm at 12. Eh, we're going to drop the True Heart. I'm going to hope that he doesn't have the burst damage. Shield block. I kind of want to go down to 12 HP though, right? Because then we can start using Revenge. This is most likely a Frozen Trap. So we'll check that out. Okay, it is. So now we'll go ahead and Block to draw. Shield slam this. We definitely need to fit in a revenge. How I'm gonna do that? Do we slam this too? Because I don't think leaving the infested wolf alive is good. I mean, if we leave it alive, it's at 1 HP. Yeah, I think we're gonna kill this too. But then we can't fit in a armor up. We're gonna most likely revenge next turn. No, we're probably gonna brawl. Yeah, we'll slam this and go ahead and revenge. At least he's almost out of cards, so as long as he doesn't have Call to Wild, I think we're in a pretty decent spot. Alright. Fuck, man. It's just like a never-ending slaughterhouse here. So if we slam the Leok, revenge, and I don't really feel like executing the Huffer, so we're actually going to slam the Misha, because I really don't care about leaving the Leok alive. Oh, we can actually slam the Leok now, too. And then we can revenge. And then armor up. So now, as long as he doesn't have another Savannah Highmane or another Call of the Wild, we're in good shape. we will eventually be able to win. Alright, I'm glad that's not a Huffer. So, what do I see here? Hellscream into Leok, armor up. And the reason we just keep armoring up is it's very important. We're at low HP. He's definitely going to be using his steady shot every single turn, so making sure we fit in our tank up is like essential. There's the deadly shot, so it's expected. I mean, he has one more deadly shot, so he's used both his single target removal, which means Rag's going to be a bitch for him to remove. I definitely see bashing the huge toad. I really don't see a reason why we wouldn't do that. We're going to definitely we're going to play the Brave first, and then we're going to bash because we do not want this to have 2 HP. We want the toad to hit that, which means we don't have to waste a Taskmaster on there, and we want to fit in an armor up. Armor up's very important. So making sure we play around the Kodo, making sure taking less damage, least amount of damage as possible. King Zelig, do not give him a Savannah Highmane. Alright, this is good. Definitely was a close game. And you can tell why the Hunter is not really something I want to play against. The deck is ridiculous, no doubt. And now we're at least 1 star into 1, so we're not bound on losing it within the next game we play. We have a little leeway here. And hopefully we can just get, like, I just want to get, like, 2 more wins, and then if we win 1, lose 1, it's kind of okay because we're not, you know, we're not just sitting there like, oh, if we lose 1 more, we're going to have no stars, and then we're going back to 2, because going back to 2 and then having to win 2 more just to get back to 1 is like, I hate the grind from 5 to Legend. It's like my least favorite thing every month. It's like that is my like any other rank, and when we hit Legend, it's fine. I don't care about anything of that. But as soon as we start getting into this, the no-win streak, heavy try-hard, you know, games are left up to top decks and luck, which is, that's Hearthstone in general, but still. I really don't like any of these opening cards, like, at all. Like, Ravaging Ghouls may be something we'd keep, but I would rather just mulligan for a War Axe, right? War Axe, Slam, Bash if we're playing against an Tempo Dragon Warrior, which is what... Alright, so we got Slam and War Axe. So we have a decent start if he's going ahead and he's playing the Tempo Dragon Warrior, which is something that, what was it? Tempo Storm posted as, like, the #1 deck currently. Alright, so he's going to give it over to my turn. I think we're just going to armor up and end. I have a feeling if he doesn't play anything this turn, he's probably playing Cthulhu Warrior. Control Warrior is not really a popular deck at the moment. Cthulhu or Tempo Dragon seems to be the way of the Warrior currently. So if he's playing Cthulhu Warrior, our win condition is basically shield slamming his Cthulhu, or shield slamming our Sylvanas. Is he going to play Krator Elite? Alright, so he's playing the the Cthulhu warrior. This is a very, very interesting matchup. And I'll kind of go over why. So we drew 2 cards, which is basically our win condition if he plays badly. So he's going to play Cthulhu sometime during this game. Whenever that happens, we need to have enough armor to follow up and go Sylvanas, Shield Slam our own Sylvanas. And the reason being is if we take his Cthulhu, then he's not going to be able to Doomsayer, what was it, Bran, Bronzebeard, and Doomsayer to make 2 more Cthulhus for his deck. And it's very important that we draw into Elise as well, because the faster we can play Elise and Trueheart, the more armor we can have, and the more the ability to pump out high-level legendaries later on in the game. So, Elise and Justicar Trueheart are very important in this particular matchup. Also, like, if we get a shield block, we can also, like, on turn 10, we'd go, like, shield block, Sylvanas, shield slam, and then it'll be basically the same thing. And we're not gonna, like, normally, if we were just playing against, I probably wouldn't even have done that. But this matchup is very strange. You have to play it very to the point. He's got, what, 8 cards in hand? We have 9, which means we could play Baron here, but I really just don't like it because he's just going to shield slam it, and it gets no value. We have how many cards in our hand? 4 or 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can go ahead and end. We can give him one more turn to do whatever. Again, the more armor we get, the better. And he's just going to pass it over to me. The Alkalite's kind of good, but the problem is he'll make us overdraw, right? Because if we'll play Alkalite, we'll have 9 cards in our hand. If he makes Alkalite draw whatsoever, we'll actually be overdrawing, and that's extremely bad. So playing the Taskmaster here and armoring up doesn't feel that bad. Playing Rag feels horrible. So I guess we're just going to play the Taskmaster and armor up. We also could play the Alkalite, but the problem is if he makes us draw at least 1 card from the Alkalite, so let's say he goes like Ravaging Ghoul, attack, and we're going to draw 2 cards, so we play this, and then we're at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just don't want to overdraw with the Alkalite, but we'll go with it anyway. We'll see what he does here. He's at 10 cards, so he has to play something. I see a Ravaging Ghoul. Yeah, so he's going to make us overdraw. There's no doubt about that. So as long as we don't overdraw like Justicar Trueheart or something fucking crazy like that. Our Ravaging Ghoul. So we didn't really... I would rather mulligans or got rid of some of these, so please, for the love of God, do not get rid of something essential. Alright, I can live without that guy. That's nothing... I mean, he's good, but he's not, you know, he's no Justicar Trueheart or Hellscream or our fucking Elise. Things could have gone extremely bad there. So it's 16 to our 14, so fatigue is not, again, not what we're going for in this matchup. He will beat us in the fatigue battle. But we need to get Elise, because he doesn't play Elise, and we also need to make sure we have the armor. So we need to draw a shield block. Why is my hand messing up? Alright. So we have 10 cards in our hand, which means we need to play something. So I guess we could go Taskmaster. If we go Baron, it's just bad. So I guess we're just going to go Taskmaster and then swing for 5. The problem is here is if he has Baron, he can actually kill our field, but I don't think he runs Baron. He does run Gorehowl. Good thing we run Harrison. We're going to go Rag here because he's going to have no armor. So he's going to have to attack Rag, and he's also going to have to use an Execute. I know that we didn't use Rag to kill a creature, but if we draw into Elise and we get the monkey, we needed to play Rag prior to that anyway. Okay, so the Slam Execute, this is something that would have happened to Rag no matter what. Unfortunately, Rag couldn't take out a creature, but it's also good that he drew with the Slam. I was just hoping we would draw into Harrison a little sooner than we have, but unfortunately we have not. So we have, again, 10 cards in our hand. If we play Ravaging Ghoul, it basically does nothing, so we're just going to Revenge, armor up, and end turn so we don't have to overdraw. Don't want to play anything else. Again, Sylvanas' win condition. If he plays Cthulhu here, Bran into the probably Cthulhu buff, right? Oh, okay, 20 armor. This is fine. I'm strange why he did this particular play, because again, this game isn't. I don't know. That was a very strange play. I like the Harrison. Then we have to definitely kill this Brand though. So. Yeah, so we'll go Ravaging Ghoul. Bash. I know we don't have enough to play Harrison right now, but the main point was to get the Shield Bearer down to 5 HP. So when he makes this attack, we'll be able to play Harrison. Harrison will contest the 6-5, and I doubt he's going to want to waste anything else. So he's going to drop Cthulhu here, which was like, what's that, 20? So, ooh, he puts us at 3. Interesting move. Alright, so how do we go about, so if we armor up, that's 5, and then we would execute Sylvanas, that's 8, that's just enough. Right? So this is 9. Yeah. So this was, I don't know why, this was the win condition here, boys. And now he can't Doomsayer it back. And now we've won. That was the entire plan from the beginning. So he shield slams the Cthulhu. Oh no, what if he plays his Sylvanas and takes it back? Oh no! Oh, he doesn't, he can't take it back. But what do? So we basically need to play a creature. So we'll play this. Do we have another creature to play? Can we draw a low drop creature? Well, alright, so we'll play even another creature. And now we're going to attack Sylvanas, and Sylvanas cannot take Cthulhu. Do not take the Cthulhu. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gods above. Thank you, Yogg. Thank you, Nazoth. Thank you, Yasharaj. Thank you, all of you. This is good. Cthulhu died on our side. 7 to his 8. We're not really that far back in the fatigue. We still haven't drawn Justicar Trueheart. He's utilizing a lot of cards. We've made great trades. I don't know what the fuck that was. He could have attacked first and then just discipled, but we're not worried about this. All is okay. We're doing just fine. We can go ahead and play the Baron. We armor up. We also could have shield blocked. No, and Sylvanas. No, that wouldn't have worked either. So we're just going to hold shield block for a card. We Baroned here. We could have revenged, but I like the Baron because he's, again, going to have to waste some more cards. So he's going to take 7 here. Probably bash it down. Maybe another Disciple. Nope. I kind of want to make him use Execute, right? I don't mind not doing the 10 damage burst with Hellscream, because we still have Elise somewhere in this fucking 5 cards left in our deck. I don't know why we couldn't. Justicar and Elise are the last 5 cards in our deck, somewhere buried in there. If we get a nub, Doomcaller, yeah. Nice. Bringing back nothing. There's our Justicar. So I guess we just make this trade and then play Justicar, but if he showed he doesn't want to use the Execute on here. So if we Revenge and then Execute, I don't want to do that because we need to save cards. So I guess we'll just make this trade. We'll armor up, Justicar, swing, and then just do this because he's going to kill either one of these next turn anyway. The sooner we can start getting the 4 armor per turn, the better. Okay, the Revenge into the Disciple, Ravaging Ghoul, so he can save the weapon charge. That's fine. There's our Elise. Not going to use... We're going to try to hold on to as many spells and everything we can so they can turn into legendaries. Again, we're looking for a nub. And... what else are we looking for? Sonaris isn't, not Sonaris. Malorn isn't part of the legendary set it can give you. Or is it? I don't know. We could Revenge Execute, but we don't need to if we draw a monkey. Really don't want to bash. I really don't want to Revenge Execute. Because he knows we haven't brawled yet, right? So if we decide using 2 cards to kill 1 is never something we want to do this late in the game. Can we? I don't even know if we can afford to take the damage because this is looking like it's going to go into the fatigue. And if we don't use what if he baits into a creature right now? Like he plays another creature, then we brawl it out like a low creature. So I think we can wait 1 turn, right? I'll take the 6 damage. We're only essentially taking 2 damage. And he hasn't Justicar, so he may not even be playing Justicar unless he just drew the Justicar. Which, of course, he just drew the Justicar. So we actually can brawl, hopefully kill the 6/6, and then bash the 6/3. And then we can not waste the cards that we... Oh, the Shield Slam is good. So we actually don't have to base it off that. We can just go ahead and do this, armor up, and just keep going 1 for 1. I can do 1 for 1s all day. I can't do the 2 for 1s, which was the Revenge and the Execute, using 2 cards to kill 1. That's too late in the game for this. We cannot. That is not okay. He has at least 2, you greedy fuck. Who the fuck plays Doomsayers, Cthuns, Annalises? You're looking at... That's what I used to play, and that was even too greedy for me. Yes, monkey. Alright, this needs to draw the monkey so we can start throwing down our legendaries first. Did not draw the monkey. Alright, so we'll War Axe into this so we can hopefully kill this off. Please do not draw your map into the monkey. If he draws this shit first, that's a bunch of boo hockey. Alright, so there's the monkey. We're gonna kill this shit off. We're going to definitely play our monkey. That's actually not that bad. Unfortunately, our Cthulhu is not buffed, so these aren't the best legendaries we could get, but we got an 8/8. You know, he got the Twin Veclor. So we could play Cthulhu here. Cthulhu would probably split up damage amongst them. We need to make sure we armor up. So playing Cthulhu, right? It's just a 6/6. It's not actually going to contest anything. If I play this, this doesn't really contest anything either. Rag only heals us for 4. So what if we play the 12/12? But then he brawls, right? But then that uses a card. And we do have another dragon in our hand. So there's the map. So if he uses a card to kill this, it's just 1 less legendary that's going to turn into it. Yeah, so we're actually going to get Malagos after this. So this is basically going to come down to who got the better legendaries. And we got a shitty one here. Alright, so now we're going to go into Cthulhu. And Cthulhu's hopefully going to bring one of these guys down to 4. And now it's basically just up to luck. He wins. That is the better card than what we have. We can. This is a lot. I guess we could go Veclor, right? Yeah, I guess Veclor is not too bad. So this goes here, this goes here. Maybe... I don't know, maybe we can win with Rag. If his last 2 cards... If his last 2 legendaries are shit, we can win. Fuck, man. That's so good. That is so good. Oh my god. No, we should have attacked 1 into Yasharaj. Yeah, because now... Yeah. Because it's at 9, right? Oh, he's just going face. I guess he's just going for the fatigue thing. But Rag is going to be able to heal us. But not if he dies, right? So next turn we take... Yeah, it doesn't matter. How the fuck did we lose this? Well, Rag heals our face, which means we have to kill... It doesn't matter, because 10's going to go there. So he heals us for 8, we take 6. Yeah, there's no winning here. Wow. You got me fucked up, man. I thought we had gotten a pretty decent set of legendaries too, but the Ashura 10-10's hard to beat. Even though the Edric the Pure is what did it. If my 6-6 would have, if any of the 2 creatures would have stayed alive, we could have killed the Ashuras, right, with the creatures that we had left over, because he would have taken 4 from killing the Twin Veclor, putting it at a 10-6, and we swing like Cthulhu into it. We still have the Malagos, which was a 4-something. We play the Light Lord. The Light Lord continues to heal everything at the end of the turn, which will continuously give us the ability to kill other creatures. But, I mean... Dude, fuck, man. Like, even if we would have drawn Elise sooner, right? We would have had a good chance then. Or drew Trueheart sooner. We would have had a good chance then. But with them being the last 5 cards in our deck, and then... and our legendaries, I mean, they were good. But we didn't have anything like Tinkmaster Overspark, the Black Knight, Deathwing, anything that, like, Ice Howl, like anything that we could play that impacted the board or created additional value. Everything that we had in our hand besides Rag created no additional value. And on top of that, the Thalanos was completely fucking useless. Because we had, first of all, no spells. It's not like we got, like, Archmage and Muklas or whatever, and to combo that to make spells and deal more damage, but it also allowed it would prove to draw a card, and then it would just set us more into fatigue. So Thalamus is probably, I guess besides Pagel, would have been the worst card possible for us to draft out of all of the legendaries. But anyway, that was a long, interesting game. I just wish I could have known where I could have played better. But we took his Cthulhu. We made the risk when we needed to. We overdrew. That was obvious mistake, but I don't think that was game-changing. I mean, theoretically, it could have been an extra legendary we created or an extra card on the field that made him use a card, so he didn't have that card, and that card happened to be Yasharj. But, I mean, at that point, we're just, like, pulling for fucking straws, right? But anyway, guys, we're going to end the episode here, and then we'll continue off trying to grind our way back to some good stars into rank 1, so we're not bound on losing it after we lose a game. So, as always, guys, I'm Warshak, of course, and happy whatever the hell day it is.